Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm a little early tonight. I realized I forgot what day it is. Oh my gosh. Is anybody else having that problem? I'm so confused. So I actually have a conference call at 7 o'clock. So I decided to pop on here a little early because I wanted to share with you. And first of all, I just want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. I just hope you have so much health and prosperity and healing in this 2019. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about was I was on the treadmill this morning, and I was thinking that this was my 34th New Year's Eve sober. And I was like, oh my gosh, wow, and I played tennis, which is it was really fun. It was really fun. A really healthy, fun way to spend New Year's Eve. But it just reminded me, I had this flashback of my first New Year's Eve on December 31st, 1985. And I was 20 days sober. So I wanted to share about that for anybody out there who is out there that's thinking about quitting drinking this year. Does anybody have any goals to quit drinking or cut back on your drinking? I hope so. It is just such a wonderful life, and I want to help you in any way that I can. So in any case, so I grew up in Dayton, Ohio. And that's where I got sober, in Dayton, Ohio. I moved home to my parents' house after college. I went to school at the University of Kentucky in Lexington, and I moved home to my parents' house and lived there for a while. And just things were really, really bad towards the end of my drinking, but I don't want to go into too much of that today because I want to talk about New Year's Eve. And I want to talk about Dayton, Ohio, because I am so proud of Dayton, Ohio. Dayton was in the New York Times. I don't know if any of you guys read the article, but they have decreased their overdose rate by 50%. Is that not awesome? I am so proud of them and all the hard work they're doing in Dayton, Ohio. I love you guys. Dayton has a really special place in my heart because that's where I got started. And so I think about you guys and I'm praying for you all the time. And then I thought about Maryland, and I thought about what if we could reduce the overdose rate in Maryland by 50% this year. And we could be on the cover of the New York Times. Wouldn't that be the coolest thing in the whole world? Hey, Annie, so good to see you. Thanks for joining. I'm a little early. I forgot what day it was. Hey, Penny. So wouldn't that be so cool if we could reduce our overdose rate by 50%? I want to do everything I can to contribute to that, because that is my dream. Isn't that crazy? That's my dream. This is what I think about all the time. So this is my dream. This is what I just dream about. So I would love it. And I would love at the end of this year for the overdose rate to be reduced by 50%. So I'm going to need your help. So if you guys like my videos, please share my videos with anybody that needs it. Hey, Carolyn, Happy New Year. Thanks for joining. If you guys, like them, share my videos. Follow me at Coach Kathy Stone on Instagram, or Kathy Stone Freedom From on my business Facebook page. I would love it. Thank you so much for your support, because I have a really powerful message to get out, and I really want to contribute and do the things the best I can, because the state, they're working really hard, but they need a lot more help. So let me tell you about my story of my first New Year's Eve. So I grew up in Dayton, Ohio, and I did a DIY detox. So I got sober December 12th, and I would never recommend a DIY detox. It was the scariest thing I ever did in my life. And I just would not recommend it. And if I had to do it all over again, guys, I would go to a detox in Newport Beach, California. I visited some treatment centers out there this summer. They have detoxes that overlook the Pacific Ocean. They are gorgeous. So if you are thinking about detoxing on your own, I would definitely, I wouldn't recommend it. I would go to a nice treatment facility or a detox to take care of that, because that was the hardest thing I ever did in my life. And when I was starting to do these videos, I was like so nervous, and I still am. I was like, this part of me was like, Kathy, you went through detox. You detoxed yourself. You can do anything. And you know what? I feel like I can, because I went through that, and it was hell. And so 20 days of sober, and I'm still shaking, guys. I have these delirium tremors. I was detoxing off of all these psych meds and alcohol, and I was like shaking. Hey, Karen. I was like shaking still. And I went to this sober dance on New Year's Eve. First of all, when I got sober, I was thinking, what am I going to do on New Year's Eve? My life is over. I had no clue. I was so freaked out about it. I'm 22 years old, so I go to this like sober dance, and I'm still, like I said, I'm still like shaking, and I'm like a wreck, and I walk into this dance, and it's like all these people that are like sober, and there's like these tables, and there's like these tables of food and coffee. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I like sat at this table, and I just sat there, and I just shook, and I like smoked cigarettes, and I ate cookies, and I just looked at the people dancing, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And I thought my life was like over, but yet I knew I couldn't go back, and I was like, whatever. And I remember somebody coming up to me. Oh, and this dance was at the Kettering Rec Center in Dayton, Ohio. Does anybody remember, any of my Dayton friends remember the Kettering Rec Center? It was right down the street from my high school. So this dance was at the Kettering Rec Center. So, so I'm in the Kettering Rec Center, and like all these people are like dancing, and these people are coming up to me, and they like ask me if I want to dance, and I'm like, no, I'm not ready for that. I was like, how am I going to dance without drinking? Oh my gosh. I was like so freaked out, and just so scared, and so confused, and just like, oh my gosh. It was like, and then, but it got so much better, you guys. It just gets so much better. So, it was really hard to go through, but I wouldn't, I just love it. I love being sober. That first year was a lot of withdrawal, a lot of grieving the alcohol and the drugs. They were my best friend. They were such a crutch for me. So I was like grieving it. And the first year was really hard. It was so hard. And, but things just got so much better, and even though they were hard, they never were as bad as when I was using. That's the thing. Even though it was like weird and awkward and all these, like it was just so awkward, and I didn't know what to do with myself, it was still better than drinking. It was still so much better, because things had gotten so bad. And they don't put a warning on alcohol bottles how addictive it is. It is so addictive. Oh my gosh. They don't put that warning on there. It's so much about marketing, and they actually want you guys to get addicted. They want us to be addicted. So we'll keep drinking. I mean, it's the same way with the Juuls, the advertising, the marketing. It's just a bunch of lies. I would never, ever lie to you guys. Hey, Corey, Happy New Year. Yeah, so I would never lie to you about alcohol, but marketing lies. It totally lies. So I just wanted to share that with you. And so in any case, so that was my New Year's Eve. And it was my first New Year's Eve, and it was like, it was rough. It was really rough, just because, like I said, I was going through all that withdrawal, but it was better than, any any part of my times drinking. So I just wanted to, let you all know that sobriety is so awesome. And if you guys have goals this year to quit drinking and quit using, or, hey, Georgie, it's such a great life, and I have so much more energy. Everything that alcohol promised me, I got when I got sober. It's like I got a personality. I used to think I couldn't have a personality unless I drank. I have a personality. I have self-esteem. I can talk to anybody. Look at me. I'm talking on Facebook Live. Nothing. No drinks, no drugs. I take nothing today. I drink water. That's it, And so there's hope. That's the thing about recovery that's so cool, is not only can you get better, you can be extraordinary. So who wants to live an extraordinary life? Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. So Carolyn, it's so cool to see you. And yes, you're on board, because I'm sure you see it. You're a nurse, the first responders, the funeral directors, everybody sees it, you guys. We gotta get it down, and we all need to do our part. So I want to do my part. So that's all I got for today, you guys. I'm going to be on again. I'm going to tell you parts of my story. I'm going to share it. Thanks, Corey. You have tons of personality too. You guys inspire me. Grace Fellowship Church is my church, and I love the pastors there, because I love watching you guys talk, because you guys have so much passion and so much energy, and I've been watching you because I'm doing getting a lot of training, and you guys are I watch you guys. You're great speakers. You give so much, and I just appreciate everything you guys do. So thanks for tuning in. And I will see you guys again. So have a great night, and thank you so much for tuning in.